in Nairobi, but Rift Valley will next week, the 21st of March, actually hold another BBI campaign rally. So let's now link up with our reporter, man based in Nakuru County, Alan Ochanda, who's actually on his way to Kericho County, where residents of Kericho, together with their leaders, will be holding their own consultative meeting ahead of the Nakuru Building Bridges Initiative campaign rally scheduled for 21st March. Now, the meeting has been convened by Kericho Governor Professor Paul Chepkwony. Let us now speak to our reporter, Alan Ochanda. Alan Ochanda, good morning. So talk to us about today's program.
Well, good morning to you, Brenda. Indeed, as you've rightly put it, is that we are heading to Kericho, where the governor of Kericho, Professor Paul Chepkwony, the county leadership also, together with the county senator Aaron Cheruiyot and other leaders, will be converging at the Kericho Teachers Training College to just maybe discuss and have a consultative meeting ahead of the BBI mega rally for Rift Valley slated for 21st in Nakuru. Remember that also yesterday we had the governors of the Rift Valley region meeting President Uhuru Kenyatta at State House, and the president reiterated his stand that the BBI caravan captain will still be Raila Odinga. Remember that there were quite some disquiet and some murmurs within the governors and the political leaders from the Rift Valley that maybe they are taking issue with the leadership and captainship of Raila Odinga of the BBI caravan, because remember that they have been claiming that Raila Odinga's ODM party has hijacked the whole process. But now that the other governors are now holding their various consultative meetings in their various counties, now it starts with Kericho today. We are expecting whatever they will be now raising so that they will just harmonize the final resolutions to the final copy or other documents that will be presented to Raila Odinga and the BBI chairman, Senator Yusuf Haji, on 21st. But also remember that apart from the Kericho rally, we've also had Senate Majority Leader, who is also Senator Elgeyo Marakwet, Senator Kipchumba Murkomen, indicating that Eldoret will be having their own meeting on 19th before the 21st meeting. And so also indicated that Elgeyo Marakwet County will also be having another meeting. So it's like a trend where all the various counties in the Rift Valley region will be having their various meetings or other consultative meetings before they could just now proceed to harmonize the final document. But remember that last week we had the Secretary General for the KANU party and the party leader, who is also Senator for Baringo County, Gideon Moi, and Nick Salat, just indicating that Rift Valley is the melting point of Kenya. And so they expect that no hurdles erected will stop the meeting. Because remember that the meeting was slated for 7th, but was pushed to 21st amid fears that maybe some politicians allied to Deputy President William Ruto, who had indicated that they were not consulted in the preparations for it. Because remember that Bahati MP Kimani Ngunjiri had indicated that they will snub the meeting. And also remember that last week when they held a meeting at the ASK grounds in Nakuru, some of the leaders, especially those allied to the DP, had actually snubbed. They went ahead and held a press conference in Nairobi and indicated that they will only attend a meeting where the DP and the president will be attending, but maybe they will sit ground and just attend the meeting, whether the president and the deputy will be attending or not. But remember that it is the second last meeting of the BBI, and so it will be culminating into the final and mega rally that will be convened in Nairobi. But if the meeting is actually just happened as it was slated, then we expect that all the Rift Valley counties, except the Ma counties that include the Kajiado, Samburu, and Narok, that already held their meeting, where it actually just raised political temperatures. But since then it has cooled. And so we are expecting that the Rift Valley governors in their respective counties, as they hold their consultative meetings, then they will be culminating into the final and mega rally for the Rift Valley region that will be held on 21st this month in Nakuru at the Afra Stadium.
All right, so Alan Ochanda, I mean, the governors from Rift Valley yesterday had a meeting with the President Uhuru Kenyatta at State House just to iron out, concerns that are being raised by some of the leaders, political leaders, specifically those allied to the DP, not welcoming the position of the former Prime Minister, to attend that BBI campaign rally. So it remains a major concern to Kenyans just how these governors are going to incorporate, the sentiments of some of the leaders who are opposed on how BBI is being carried out.
Yes. Brenda, remember that, as you've rightly put it, is that the leaders, the political leaders allied to the DP had cried foul and just saying that they have been sidelined in the preparations for the meeting. But the governor for Nakuru, Kinyanju, had indicated that they will not leave anyone outside. But remember that the circular and the invitation letter that was going around was bearing the letterhead of the county, but at the bottom it was signed by former Molo MP Njenga Mungai. And so Njenga Mungai has been viewed as an Odinga-leaning man. And so the political leaders who are leaning to the DP had actually taken issue with that also. They were claiming that why will the county dispatch a letter bearing its letterhead? Yet the person who was signed at the bottom is not even an elected leader, but Njenga Mungai just dispel the rumors that maybe will be being used by some political factions, saying that as Nakuru, as Rift Valley, they should be speaking from a common front, be it an elected leader, be it a former leader, be it the opinion leaders, all the leaders, whether elected or not elected. And so we are expecting, because remember that during the funeral, the burial function of the later Sergeant Kericho, we saw the women rep for Nakuru, Lisa Chiliga, just saying that they will be attending the BBI. Remember that she's quite an MP, or rather a woman rep who is quite leaning to the DP, but she indicated that they will be attending the BBI rally on 21st. And also, Kimani Ngunjiri, who is the MP for Bahati, quite a Ruto diehard, had indicated earlier on that they have been sidelined in the preparations for the BBI rally. But at the moment, it seems to have seen some of those who've been opposed to the meetings and just are taking issue with the captainship of Raila Odinga of the BBI caravan seem to have ceded ground and softened their hearts, and it seems they will be attending. But as you asked, is that as to whether their views will be captured in the report, in the final report to be submitted to the BBI committee chairpersons. And so we are expecting that, because Kericho leadership seems to be really leaning towards the DP, we are expecting that the governor and the Senator Aaron Cheriot will be pronouncing themselves on the matter as to whether the views of those who have been opposed from the word go, if their views will be captured in the final copy that will be submitted to the BBI co-chairman. Brenda.
All right, Alan Ochanda, finally from me. The president yesterday, when he met the governors, he said, let me just quote him right. He said, I'm the architect of BBI, and my elder brother, Raila Odinga, is being my partner. Being my partner in this initiative must be allowed to lead the BBI campaign rallies, the process. And we already had from MPs allied to the DP saying that they will not hand over the report to the ODM party leader, but rather to President Uhuru Kenyatta and, Deputy President William Ruto.
Brenda, remember that the BBI caravan that has been cruising the country from region to region was passed through the handshake. And so the handshake actually involves two persons, the two leaders, President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga. And so when the BBI caravan set on a journey to just cruise the country and visit the region so that it can collect the unique issues that need to be addressed in the various regions, we saw that the president took a backseat and left his brother Raila Odinga to be taking the notes on his behalf so that he could just be collecting all the resolutions. And remember that we've had that pull and push between the governors. Remember that when they first set foot in Kisii, the governor of Kisii actually presented the resolutions of the Kisii region, of the Nyanza region, because the Kisii region, the Kisii county represented the Nyanza region. You remember that in Kakamega, when it represented the Western region, when they went to Mombasa, Governor Kingi presented the resolution of the coast people. Remember in Mount Kenya, we saw Governor Kimemia just presenting their views. And so you also remember when they were actually in Meru, that was Mount Kenya, when Kimemia was presenting. And so the Baringo Senator and Gideon Moi and Nick Salat, with the Secretary General to the KANU party, said that they will not do anything that is not similar to what has been happening. They say they will be following suit. What has been happening is what will happen on 21st. That is what the KANU party had actually indicated that should be followed. But remember that Senator for Elgeyo Marakwet, who is also the Senate Majority Leader, Kipchumba Murkomen, had indicated that they will do their things uniquely. He insisted that they will not hand over their resolutions to the ODM party leader, but it remains a matter of wait and see, because now that the ODM party leader has the blessings of the head of state, President Uhuru Kenyatta, who is his co-captain, although he has not appeared in the BBI rallies. But remember that maybe we could be expecting the president, now that he has not appeared in any of the BBI rallies, we expect that maybe he will be appearing in the final mega rally that will be happening in Nairobi. But remember that those are just speculations, because remember that after that is when we shall know as a country as to whether we shall be heading to a plebiscite or not. Because remember that most of the politicians have been saying that the country is ripe for a plebiscite, and so it should be subject to a referendum and not later than June. So if the BBI rally, a final mega rally, will be happening in Nairobi, then maybe the president will be attending or not. And if he is not to be attending, then the ODM leader shall still be the one in charge, because remember, if he has the blessings of the president. And you remember that most of the governors have been tripping to Capitol Hill. That is where the office of the former prime minister is actually domiciled. And so the governors in Rift Valley, maybe in a show of defiance, have decided not to go to Upper Hill, Capitol Hill, office of Raila Odinga, but to go to State House. But of course, the tenant of State House, President Uhuru Kenyatta, has indicated that his brother Raila Odinga at Upper Hill is also a better place to receive their resolutions from the BBI perspective. So, Brenda, we are waiting to see as to whether they will be presenting it to Raila Odinga or is charged with the chairman of the BBI Technical Committee. Brenda.
All right, thank you so much. Alan Ochanda, a reporter, making his way to Kericho County, where there is a BBI, meeting to get the views of residents of Kericho County. Remember that different counties in the Rift Valley will be holding a consultative meeting with residents and political leaders so as to come up with one document that will be presented to the Yusuf Haji-led committee next week